This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
A happy Halloween special that's filled with delightful, heartwarming adventures from their wonderful cartoon world. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And here's Linus to tell you more about it.
On Halloween night, the great pumpkin rises out of his pumpkin patch and flies through the air with his bag of toys for all the children.
While Linus waits for the great pumpkin, ghosts and goblins, witches and owls make the scene, with Charlie Brown and his Peanuts playmates off on a haunting spree that's filled with surprises. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, in color.
Nice job, jackass.
Know why you're so negative. Don't appreciate it. Welcome to another episode of Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You. I am your host, Blaze, and as always is my co-host, Xavier.
My chin is abnormally large.
I'm sorry, genetics. Anyways.
How do you know it's from your side? Most of my genetics come from my grandma, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah? I see it is. Anyways, so we watched this week, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I haven't watched this in a long time. And I can see why. This wasn't nearly as good as my childhood brain remembers.
The trailer referred to it as Peanuts, and none of these specials did they ever actually refer to the comic's title. It's always it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown, stuff like that.
Yep. That they did. You are correct. This is a short one. This is only like a 30-minute special.
Right.
This was essentially all the Peanuts characters treating Linus like shit because he wanted to meet the Great Pumpkin, and unfortunately the Great Pumpkin does not show up and start electrocuting the shit out of all of them like he should. No, Linus goes through the whole night, pisses off the one girl who likes him, and gets put to sleep by his sister in I suppose, a touching moment after she and everybody else berates him for being a dumbass for waiting in a pumpkin patch. That's what this movie was. Everybody treating Linus like shit. A boy who still needs his security blanket, you treat him like shit for believing in something supernatural. He even calls them out because they all believe in Santa Claus, but heaven forbid he believe in the Great fucking Pumpkin.
Hi, Thomas. But yeah, even Charlie Brown, who's the one who traditionally gets treated like shit, also treats Linus like shit. I mean, to be honest,
even the bald guy with one hair curled on his forehead at fucking 8 is treating Linus like shit. And they made sure to make a scene where he doesn't kick the fucking football again like a psychopath because she's done this to him numerous times and he still hasn't figured out don't trust Lucy.
But there's a contract. There's a written contract. Unfortunately, it wasn't notarized, but he's a child. How is he supposed to know?
Because it's happened 2,000 fucking times before.
It's a signed document.
This should be called You're a Dumbass, Charlie Brown. And a dick to your best friend.
Yeah. People do still treat him like shit in this one, either way, because, like, they give everybody else candy, including the child who isn't there, waiting for the Great Pumpkin, but they give Charlie Brown a rock. Everybody gives Charlie Brown a freaking rock. What? I mean, yeah, it makes a hilarious meme. Everybody loves that meme. It's like, I got a rock.
3 times.
Yeah, it's like, no, several more times it's implied, but like, why? What grown-ass adult gives a child a rock on trick-or-treating? Why?
Charlie Brown is a lesson in how bullying trickles down from one person to one person. Everyone bullies Charlie Brown, so Charlie Brown is like, well, now it's time to bully Linus. Fuck you and your security blanket.
Man, where are these people living at? Like Saudi Arabia or something?
A place where they can't even understand when the adults talk. Wah, 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 wah. That's why nobody listens to their elders, because you can't understand a fucking word they say.
By the way, though, we don't really get any speech from the adults in this one, but like, I remember in a band class while I was in high school, because like this kind of thing does happen. Like, that sound is created with like trumpets or trombones, some sort of brass instrument, and like this the end of a toilet plunger. Of course, unused, because that would be disgusting, very disgusting. But yeah, you basically put the toilet plunger up against the like the big butthole of your instrument, and then you like. So I guess you know that because you say I knew that, but this is for the people who don't know that. For the for the 2.5 people who may or may not be watching this.
Who's the half person?
I don't know. The half of a person who's in your basement, maybe.
That's funny because I don't have a basement.
Yeah. You'd better tell everybody that. I totally believe you. Wink, wink.
Yeah, if you can't tell, this show. You know what? I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Okay, because I thought I loved this cartoon. Like, I was looking forward to watching this when you suggested let's watch It's the Great Pumpkin. I'm like, oh, cool. I loved this as a kid. This will be great.
Well, of course you love it as a kid. Like, people who love stuff like The Road Runner, where this bird constantly gets this guy constantly like humiliated and maimed. I hope you enjoy it, which is a reference to UHF, by the way, a movie I really hope we get to in the future. But yeah, little kids really love shows where kids are being dicks to each other. And that is what this is. And of course, adults also being a dick to a child by giving him a rock and trick-or-treating. What was happening in the 1960s that caused this? I know it wasn't like the Great Depression or any of the World Wars or anything like that. Not that that would really justify it. But like, is it just... My God. Maybe this is why baby boomers are like they are. Because they kept getting rocks for trick-or-treating.
Maybe, that's fair. Yeah, I agree. It's just like, I guess I just thought more happened in this movie. Because, I mean, there's definitely the bullying aspect. But then, like, nothing really happens in this movie. Like, I mean, I remember these scenes, like them running around and, like, Ghost and everything, but that was literally just the intro. The actual scene of them in their costume is them finding out that Charlie Brown constantly gets rocks, and that every parent, apparently, in whatever Peanuts land is a fucking dick. And then the rest of the story is Linus trying to wait for the Great Pumpkin, Sally getting excited about being with him because she clearly has a crush on him. How old are these children?
But it's a good question. I imagine that like Charlie Brown and his friend group is like within like 10 or 12 age range. I have to imagine, maybe a little younger. Maybe like Sally and Linus maybe are like within the 6 or 7 age range. It's very difficult to tell because they talk with a lot of like non-childlike phrases. Like Linus brings up like 3 things you never talk about to other people: religion, politics, and the Great Pumpkin. Which, of course, isn't something that you would hear like a child say. Most children don't exactly know that phraseology, or if they've heard of it before, they don't really know enough about it to really use it in that sense. But like, it's like with Calvin and Hobbes as well. Like, Calvin is like 6 years old, and yet he's making these words like transmogrifier, which I don't know if it's a word or not, but I know that he does use a lot of really big words.
In fairness, he's like a kid with an overactive imagination, so...
Right.
No, I just can't believe... I'm afraid to watch more Peanuts shows, at least old ones, because I'm wondering, maybe I just hate this series, and I just didn't know it. Also, they have the whole Red Baron thing in this story for no reason. It's just there.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind, this is meant for kids. You are not a child.
But I like some nostalgia, like from my childhood.
You are 40 years old. You need to understand that a child getting rocks is apparently funny. It is a great lesson to teach children that sometimes people are dicks to you.
Yeah,
and I thought that I feel like in any other like, I don't want to say this is a movie, in any of those like film or anything like that the Snoopy scene would be like really out of place in a bad scene, but like I feel like that's the strength of some of these. I'm not gonna say this whole thing is bad. It's nostalgic. I'm not gonna judge it based on nostalgia, but like for its time, it's meant for kids. You can tell that because like they deliberately don't show like the faces of adults. They don't show the voices of adults. The kids sometimes talk to the adults, but we don't actually hear them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's meant to be like for kids that adults can sometimes also, understand and love along with their kids as well as oh, I understand this show. Yeah, I may be a grown adult male, but like there is that one point where I see a group of kids dressed in ghost outfits, and there's this one kid with one too many holes. The one too many holes. So I'll just I got this rock sitting here, and I don't know, one of my kids apparently thinks that give me a rock for some reason is fine. So I'm gonna give this kid a rock. Okay, here you go, kid. I got a rock.
You know what they probably did is all of Charlie Brown's quote-unquote friends went to their parents. It's like, hey, we hate this Charlie Brown kid. This is what he's dressed as. Here's a rock. I picked it out specifically for him. I mean, he loves rocks. He wants pet rocks.
Okay,
Look.
that first part had me like, yeah, that wouldn't really make it much better, but like then you say like, yeah, he loves rocks. Then yeah, it does kind of make sense. But still, I imagine that at least one of the adults would be like, hey, one of your friends said that you like rocks. Do you want the rock?
I want a rock. I want a rock.
You stop with
I just got to
infernal ear genocide.
I just got to thinking because I guess for some reason my mind did not realize how old Charlie Brown and Peanuts was. But I'm thinking
Like
about
the show or the
timelines.
character?
All of it. I know it was old, but I just didn't put it in context, I guess. And so the little bird Woodstock was created before the concert Woodstock. So did they name the concert after the bird from Charlie Brown?
It's a good question.
I'm just curious.
Probably.
But I didn't see Woodstock in this cartoon, so it's possible he wasn't invented yet. I don't know how long Woodstock's been around. Peanuts has been around before. Because Woodstock
I am pretty excited for the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown. We should do that for the Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, you want me to ruin more Charlie Brown for people? Let's go.
You don't...
Is this just going to be a whole...
Are you hearing my commentary? I am not being as critical of this as you are. I did not unenjoy this because I'm young, I am flourishing in youth, and I love everything except for the Star Wars Holiday Special and Cats. I'm probably not going to rate it very high, though, but I imagine that you're not going to rate it very high either. But I'm not going to say it's... But I'm just saying that because, like, what is the general audience here? The general audience is for kids, and you are this bearded, scruffy old man who is...
You know what? Let's just ruin all Charlie Brown. Let's do Thanksgiving Charlie Brown, and let's do Christmas Charlie Brown this year. We'll just go down the wire.
Yeah, and then for the second anniversary watch, we should do the Pilgrim Charlie Brown special.
Pilgrim?
Yeah, Pilgrim.
Oh, there's two different Thanksgiving ones?
Yeah, one for like where Snoopy basically gives a bunch of people like standard food and then leaves all the like turkey and pumpkin pie for himself and Woodstock.
Look, hopefully the Christmas Charlie Brown's better than this. Because I'm very disappointed by this. So what is your rating for this?
I'm gonna give it... I'm gonna give it a 4. Which I do believe is technically generous. Like it's meant for kids. But it is kind of bland.
I'm giving it 2.5. That's generous as well.
I feel like at that point it starts crossing into the echelon of less like bad or less like bland and more of the sense of like difficult to watch. Because we rated like Cats very low. We rated Star Wars Holiday Special very low because they were hard to watch.
I kind of love Star Wars, actually. It's so bad, it's kind of entertaining. Cats was just terrifying. This one gets the low rating because of my disappointment. This one gets the low rating because I was hoping for This is
So
personal.
there's personal.
I was
You gotten personal over here.
I thought I loved this movie or show, and I was extremely disappointed. And just when you watch it with adult modern eyes, it's just like, man, they treat Linus like shit. It's just all over the place. Like, they were just like, let's just throw in a bunch of things. Hey, have we had Snoopy pretend to be the Red Baron again? I don't know. Let's do that. Let's do that for the special. Why? I don't know. Have him dance in his outfit and then shoot things on his thing.
I will say that that scene did scare me as a child. It's not exactly scaring, I guess. It's one of those things that are a bit unsettling. Like, you know how the THX logo is like purely terrifying. That's not a good example. What about like that, I don't know, that loading screen with like coming soon to theaters or something like that. I'll have to send it to you so you can bring it on, so that you can edit it onto the podcast. I will not ask you to edit more than one thing into the podcast. Don't worry. I do expect you to show people this, though. But anyways,
look for it. While we're talking, look for it on YouTube and send it to me, and I can get it playing right now on YouTube.
Okay. Everything's so blurry and everything's so fake.
So while we're at it, what do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is?
I'm gonna guess. Wait, are we? Oh yeah, we already did the rating. Rotten Tomato. I'm gonna say for critics 75 and for audience 93.
There's a God in this world. It's 50 for critics, and you know what? You're right. It's probably going to be high. I'm going to go 80 for audience.
Okay.
So
80. Okay, so 50 for critics and 80 for audience.
How? Frickin' how? 95% for critics. 85% for audience. I apparently am in the minority of disappointment.
You are closer on the audience, though.
I guess. I want to see what the one critic who didn't like this said. I don't have a full thing for... I don't even have a reading of the... Let's see. It was a beguiling half hour through small fry. May have found some aspects distressing. But what other cartoon characters make you feel for them? As usual, the Peanuts characters were captured with all their charm by the animators in a completely delightful show, turning into a nice holiday TV custom. This was Snoopy's round from start to finish, and another enjoyable fable that didn't even hang together very well, but nevertheless kept the chuckles flowing with its endearing mixture of childish antics and grown-up talk. Wow, this is just wrong. Everyone's wrong.
Cheeky.
Can
you believe this bullshit?
I just can't believe how off apparently I am with this opinion.
You're wrong. That's just everything there is to it. You're just wrong, Dad. Everything you know is wrong.
Everything you know is wrong. Black is white, up is down, and short is long, and everything that used to be... Okay, I found it. I got it for you. So let's put this coming soon that you're looking for. Do. Sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that. Here you go.
Coming soon to theaters.
That scared you?
It's very unsettling.
Uh-huh.
It kind of has this like microwave-esque background sound effect, and then that just goes kind of like,
Okay.
and just this guy nonchalantly saying, "Coming soon to theaters," which I guess he wasn't saying it like that, but it definitely felt like that.
I mean, just so we're clear, our intro is, kind of, I don't know if parody is the right word for that, but it's literally inspired by that.
Excuse me?
If you watch the beginning of these videos, at the beginning, I do a thing where it shows a thing and it says coming soon to a podcast near you.
Oh.
And then I show the trailer. Like that was the inspiration that we just watched for the intro and the name of this whole podcast. It's based on that right there. This thing that scared you.
Everything that you know is wrong.
Oh. No.
Anyways, though, let's see here. Cinemantra. Okay, so we've got for fall, we've got apparently now the Great Pumpkin. We've got Santa Claus for Christmas. We've got the Easter Bunny for spring, but we don't have a summer mascot for the
4th of July.
Some stuff like that, yeah. I need you to come up with one.
A 4th of July mascot.
We've got a jolly old elf. We've got a pumpkin. Just a fucking pumpkin. We've got a bunny. Give us something.
Explodey the firework.
I'm gonna give you a 3.
Happy 4th of July, everyone! And he explodes.
Okay, I'll give you a 4 because 4th of July, it's a pun. So yeah, that's terrifying, but it works.
I mean, you could go with like someone dressed up like George Washington, but I figured a firework would be funnier.
Yeah, one is an animal, well, talking animal. One is a literal fucking plant. One is an interracial species, and the other is just a fucking Voltorb going into the stratosphere. I don't know.
You know, I find it interesting that this very wholesome kids cartoon is one of our most vulgar episodes. We both dropped that F-bomb quite a bit for it's the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. It's the great fucking pumpkin.
Shoot.
Hey, we want to talk about blankets. That blanket on your couch is I've always referred to as my fucking blanket. This has been foreshadowed ever since you got that couch. And that has been my fucking blanket ever since the beginning. I have foreshadowed this for months.
For my Cinemantra, man, I was going to do something very similar. I want you to choose what is your favorite mascot for a holiday?
What is my favorite?
Not your favorite holiday.
It's my favorite mascot.
So take away the fact that Christmas you get a bunch of presents, Halloween is freaking awesome. What is your favorite mascot holiday? For just the mascot. Which is your favorite mascot?
Probably Martin Luther King.
Okay, points. Not funny, but it's great, man. I get it.
But I'm not wrong.
10 points. 10 points.
I'm not wrong.
Good choice.
Right?
I mean, it's a good answer.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be funny, but I'm not wrong, right?
I don't know if calling Martin Luther King a mascot is a
You're
good
saying
thing or not?
okay. You're not saying okay. We're not saying specifically mascot. The difference between like a mascot and a holiday mascot. Like, are we gonna say Santa Claus is a mascot?
Yes.
Or something? I mean, yes.
100%.
But like
Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny,
but like
a turkey would be considered a mascot.
But like Santa Claus is over here, like looking at Martin Luther King, like, wait, you think he's not a mascot, but I am?
Well, Martin Luther King Day is based on an actual person who was a political activist.
Wait, are you saying you don't believe in Santa Claus?
Go enjoy your pumpkin patch.
Okay, yeah. You should have been more specific, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with my answer. I'm sorry, Santa Claus. You're a dog, Santa Claus. You're a fucking dog.
All right. So, is there anything else we have to say about It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown?
I guess it doesn't exist because, like, I mean, okay. I just said that Santa Claus is the dog. Technically, the Great Pumpkin is the dog because the only thing that we see of a Great Pumpkin, because it is confirmed that the Great Pumpkin is a beagle. He doesn't deny that fact. It is never denied that Snoopy is not the Great Pumpkin.
Actually, that might be the only reason why he's the Red Baron in this is because when they did that shadow version of Snoopy, they wanted the Red Baron look. All right. Well, where can the listeners find you?
I'm Cryo Keen Artist on the Instagram, the Facebook, and the YouTubes. Also, the DeviantArts. I am also Snowshine Gaming on the YouTubes. I just uploaded 4 episodes of the new Let's Play, which is Final Fantasy II. So there's that. What about you, Daddy Ho?
You can find me at Dragon Blazer Productions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and the TikToks. And you can also find me on the X, Dragon Blazer Pro, for now. All right. Till next time. What are we watching next time?
Well, next time we're watching Star Wars Episode 7.
Awesome.
And
all right.
We've also yet to agree on the other 2 Halloween movies, but we do know that we're going. We
agreed on one of them.
Yeah, we do know that what we did watch was like the Halloween specifically episode, but we're also doing a thriller and a horror movie for our 3 Halloween movies.
Yep. Well, we are doing for Friday the 13th. We're going to watch Friday the 13th. And for the other one, we were debating on Beetlejuice or Addams Family, but I can't find Beetlejuice on streaming, so it's probably going to be Addams Family.
Okay.
Okay. Auf Wiedersehen.
What about The Shining?
Instead of Beetlejuice or Addams Family?
The Shining. It's shiny.
We'll talk.
Okay, yeah.
We'll talk.
Right.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Jinx.
Oh, once again, please, if you will, like and subscribe onto our YouTube page titled Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You, where all these wacky podcasts where we watch movies and review them go on. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.